I understand that an initiative petition requires signatures equal to 5% of the voters from the last gubernatorial election. In November 2024, 55,464 Franklin County residents voted, meaning 2,773 signatures would be needed for an initiative petition. While I recognize the cost of a special election, data centers replacing farmland and altering the county's rural character is a significant issue that should involve more than 3 decision makers. If such a measure passed and voters rejected data centers, would the commission respect the decision, or would efforts be made to override the will of the people? Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Next is Matthew Voss.
Dropping off some documentation of just various studies and research on these data centers.
Thank you.
Covers various locations. So again, my name is Matthew Voss. I live on Brinkman Road, about a mile south of the data center at Diamond Farms and 4.5 miles from the one at Deloge, or at McLaren Farm. So what I've just handed you is a very minimal amount of documentation that is online. It covers various studies from Fort Worth to Virginia. There's some studies from Indiana in there as well. It talks about the environmental health impacts, noise pollution. Also covers some research from the University of Michigan and MIT. It talks about the cost implications if one of these were to go into Franklin County itself. There's also studies in there from various countries. There's a study in there from South America, some European countries, and elsewhere. So I encourage you to take your time, whenever you have time available, to browse through those and read through them and see if there's information out there that will help you in making your decision. I obviously am kind of against these data centers. I think they believe they belong in a proper location, which is heavy industrial, which is away from residential, conservation, schools, and health centers, because you're just adding to the complications if you add one of these sites next to those locations. I was trying to schedule a meeting with one of you guys. I called twice last week. I sent an email. I wanted to talk one-on-one with you. I found myself not getting any response back, so I came to this meeting just to provide you with that documentation. I'm actually taking off of work just to be here today. So I wanted to let that be known as well. I'm also up here on behalf of several neighbors that live nearby. They are basically homebound. They cannot come out and speak for themselves. They have severe medical issues. One has stage 4 cancer and his wife has to stay there. He lives right across the road from me. She has to be available at all times with him in case something were to go wrong. The fire or the ambulance had to come by and come and help him. I'm also concerned about the drought issues, the water issues. If you add one of these data centers in there, it's sucking up more aquifer water that we need, and currently we're in a pretty bad drought condition here in Missouri. I'm concerned about the organic farmers that are nearby, the endangered species, and also honeybees, which we need all those to pollinate all our properties and agriculture.
Matthew, your time has expired.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Matthew Voss. Matthew Voss. Next, we have Dan Krupinski.
All right, thanks for your time today. I want to emphasize, I don't think you can put a price on risk in our natural resources. I know hasn't been really any test performed yet that I'm aware of that guarantee any type of any type of stability going forward regarding this project. All we have as a community is a risk to lose our natural resources. And we look to you to protect us from this. We don't, although it feels like you're kind of for the data center and you kind of feel like you're backing them, as a planning and zoning committee, you should be protecting our community from this. We have the right to vote, and we would like to vote on it as a community. And there are many, many detrimental effects of this. If you're not aware of those, then you're simply just not researching them. So we simply ask that you just deny this for our community. This is not something our community wants. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony, Dan. Next is Jennifer Moody.
Hello, thank
Good morning.
you all. Good morning. I have a little handout.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I have been hearing from my friends and neighbors. My name is Jennifer Moody. I live in Labadee off Decker Road. And I've been hearing from my friends and neighbors from conversations that they've had with the county commission that that you haven't seen evidence of resistance or pushback about these data centers. So this is what I have provided for you. There's a photo in there of that March 17th meeting of towards the beginning when there were about 1,000 people in attendance. I was one of them. I was one of the people who stayed the whole time. In fact, by pure luck of the draw, I was the last person who spoke at that meeting against the data centers. And we looked it up, and that was the second longest Planning and Zoning Commission meeting about data centers. The longest was, I think, in Virginia that went 23 hours. So I'm glad that we were way short of that because that was really long. And also in there are links to, I'm also part of the strategy team for Franklin County Rural Coalition. We have a YouTube page with right now, there's 2 videos on it, which is of that meeting so that you can go back and you can see all of the testimony by the Franklin County citizens against these data centers. Also a link to the Planning and Zoning Commission's Dropbox, which has written testimony that was given both before the meeting and at the meeting. And there's over 900 pages of testimony in there. So there's some numbers for you. There's some resources for you. I would also like to ask the commission, and again, this is a rhetorical question, is there a way that we could schedule a forum or a town hall or something where we can have a dialogue between you as the county commissioners and us as the people, where we can have some transparency on your side, where we can present our questions and get some feedback. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate your comments. Next is Patty Gibson.
Hi. I also was at the meeting in Union where so many showed up. I didn't speak, but I live in the area of both where the data centers are proposed, and it will affect everybody with far and wide. And I have a well. I don't want to go and dry. It's my only source of water. And I grew up in Franklin County. I've lived here most of my life. And I voted for some of you people, and I am so disappointed that you would consider destroying our county like this with data centers. We don't need them in our area. Put them in an industrial area, not destroying farmland. And I just hope that whatever is driving you to consider voting and rezoning, that you change your mind. And I pray for you every day that you don't make this terrible decision. Can you not see that we do not want it? Nobody does. The only people who want it are the people who are being paid and the people who have all the money. And people who are rich should not force their will on the rest of us. We live in America. We don't live in a communist country, and that's the way it's looking. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Charlotte Smith.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's see. I want to get more involved in my local government. And so I've been attending the meetings and things, and I'm trying to understand the agenda, how the agenda is put together. And I've made phone calls and left messages for the last week and a half, trying to get understanding of that, and I'm not getting phone calls back. I don't think it's out of line to try to understand my local government and how, the things that you guys bring up on the agenda, and you're, going through these things and, approving them. And a lot of times I'm not even sure what they are. I'd like to understand them before the meeting so I can maybe speak about it if I, have something to say against it or for it or whatever. But I'm just not getting any response to speak to someone, so I need some guidance on how to do this. Is
We
there?
will work on that for you.
Okay. And then the other thing is with the data centers, just like Twyla mentioned earlier, St. Charles is right now considering banning them completely from their area. And that is something that I'd like to ask you three to consider as well. And then if that's something that you won't consider, then I would also encourage you to consider voting for us to vote on it. That would be, there are laws out there that says you can put that on the ballot for the public to vote, and I would respectfully request that you do that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That was Charlotte Smith. Charlotte Smith. Keith, catch your side.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
And I'd like to add honorable commissioners to that title. The word honorable is sometimes bestowed willy-nilly, if you will, but it should be earned. And I want you all to think about what legacy do you want to leave behind for this county, for the body of people that you represent here. I am not against data centers. I work in and around them, and I know what it's going to be like to live next door to it. I'm adjacent to, directly touching Mr. McLaren's property, and an 85-foot tall, 16-acre building will be in my backyard. It's not why I moved out here to this county. I moved out here for the appeal that it provides the residents, a rural community. So, that said, I've submitted several requests to place this on the vote of the people. And I've researched a couple things that indicate that there is nothing in Missouri law that precludes this governing body from putting this a very important matter to the vote of the people. This should be the next step in this process. If you're listening and watching and observing, a vast majority of this county is completely against this for multiple reasons: life, health, safety, lifestyle, property values. You've heard it all. I don't need to go through that again, but this is something that's going to leave lasting impacts to this county. What do you want your legacy to look like? Do you want it to be one of doing the right thing for the county, or is it to buck the constituents, the people that are requesting you to put this on a ballot for a permanent binding decision by the people? So the governing body of each county without a charter form of government may submit to the qualified voters of the county any ordinance, resolution, or regulation for the approval of the qualified voters. That's RSM 049.650. In addition to that, we are without a Calvi Township P&Z representation. Right now, there's a big section of your county that's really no voice here on this committee. And I'd like to know an answer.
Mr. Catch your
I'd like to
side,
get an
your
answer.
time has expired. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate your comments.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is Josh Williams. Do I have that right? Josh Williams. Dana Bowers.
Okay, I had actually put the name of a,
Amy,
yeah, she is incapable of making meetings. So she did say that she emailed this to you as well, which having conversations with several of you, I know that you haven't probably even had the opportunity to read most of the emails, but I also brought more copies for you as well. I can read through just like the gist of it
Thank
if
you.
you'd like. You asked for health examples of the pollution on humans. Thank you to Matthew Voss for bringing that to you. If you would like for me to read this to you, I can. This is from Amy, not from myself, and I am signed up to speak as well. So she basically just states that she's writing out of anger, disappointment, profound disbelief at the suggestion that you have possibly not even heard opposition to the proposed data centers at Diamond Farm and Crooked Creek Beef. The statement feels less like ignorance and more like deliberate disregard. The opposition has been impossible to miss. It's on the roads where we drive every day. Signs placed by residents we feel desperate to be seen. It's been covered by local television. It has filled meeting rooms with people who've taken time away from their work, their family, their lives to stand before you and the P&Z board to speak clearly, loudly, and passionately about the fact that these developments just do not belong on these parcels of land and in our community. To say you've not heard us, in my opinion, is insulting. We're not invisible, we're not silent, we are not misinformed, we're not confused. You were elected to represent the people of Franklin County, yet many of us feel our voices are being brushed aside in favor of profits and empty promises made by outside interests. Every single day, new reports surface exposing how data centers frequently fail to deliver what they have claimed in the beginning while leaving behind noise pollution, air pollution, excessive and unsustainable water usage, environmental damage, and irreversible harm to our rural landscapes. Once our land and our resources are gone, they are gone forever. What makes this even more painful is the lack of transparency. The opacity surrounding these projects has been disturbing, and it has eroded trust within the community. Decisions of this magnitude should be rooted in openness, honesty, and genuine public engagement, not rushed forward while residents are left asking basic questions and pleading to be heard. What's equally unacceptable is that a decision with consequences this permanent and far-reaching is being made without the direct consent of the people who will be forced to live with this in their backyards. The data centers will fundamentally alter Franklin County's land use, water supply, infrastructure, environment, and way of life. As such, this decision must not rest solely with 3 commissioners. We, the residents of Franklin County, demand a countywide referendum on these projects. Anything less
Dana, your time has expired.
Okay, you guys have the rest of what she had written, and I'll give this to you as well. So that was from Amy.
Thank you.
Next is Elizabeth Bennett.
That's Amy's. I have mine. I have a whole separate.
It does not work that way.
That was Amy's. I said that at the beginning.
I understand that, but you took your time for Amy.
No.
You were, no.
She made that note before she started.
Listen, this is the process. You get 3 minutes.
I pay my taxes in this county too. I think you can give me 3 minutes. Be respectful enough. of my
No, because
time.
everyone will speak on behalf of someone else. And so this
Well,
process.
if you would have said that before I spoke for Amy, then I wouldn't have spoke for her. I would have just handed
I
it in.
plainly stated that each individual will get 3 minutes comments.
That was
Whether
Amy.
you use them for yourself or for whoever, you get 3 minutes. The next person is Elizabeth Bennett.
So this is how you're not going to be respectful of the fact that I've requested 3 minutes by signing my name myself. I have documentation.
And you also took your time to speak on somebody else's behalf. The next person is Elizabeth Bennett. I'm going to go beyond Elizabeth Bennett to Rhonda Brackett. Rhonda Brackett.
So now you're denying me to get to say something.
then your time has started right now.
Literally wasted 3 minutes arguing about this.
Can't do that.
This is a public.
You cannot do that.
You cannot do this. Everyone has a right to speak. It's a freedom of speech. What's wrong with you people? Yes, we forgot our constitutional rights.
Are you Elizabeth? Oh, I'll get you next. I will get you next. Are you Rhonda?
Her next for her speech after that.
Rhonda?
Please hold it down. We're just trying to be
Okay.
civil. That's all.
I'm not being civil.
I'm asking politely for civility.
Rhonda,
It's a
your time
respectful place.
is beginning.
Okay. I mentioned environmental concerns in my last visit and the close proximity to Shaw Nature Preserve and LeBark Creek Watershed Conservation Area. After reading more, I'm convinced AI data centers in both these areas would be devastating for anyone that lives in the area. And I'm abbreviating for time, but you've got the information. I have a lot of concerns about pollution, as it appears that AI data centers generate a lot of pollution, air pollution, water, wastewater discharge, noise, light pollution, and more. I'm sure you're aware that Bernie Sanders has proposed an Artificial Intelligence Data Center Moratorium Act as legislation that would enact reasonable pause to development of AI. And recently, Amazon paid around $20 million for a settlement on an AI data center pollution. There's information online about a lot of AI data centers being on hold or canceled due to supply issues. Maine is poised to become the first U.S. state to enact a temporary ban on large AI data center construction, with other states to follow. And based on reports from early March, Iranian drone strikes directly hit or damaged several Amazon Web Services. So, I mean, the AI thing, aside from local issues, presents something much bigger. It's an actual danger to people that live in the area. In recent years, we had an incinerator at Times Beach because Russell Bliss was spraying dioxin on the roads. He was doing so in many areas. And in other news, Josh Hawley was involved in securing funds to compensate people due to the Coldwater Creek in North County due to radioactive waste. We also have in Weldon Springs an interpretive center that has a capsule you can climb filled with uranium. There's also August Bush Conservation Area that has lakes that you can fish, but you cannot keep because there's uranium in the water. I urge you to not allow them. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your testimony. Elizabeth Bennett.
I'm Elizabeth Bennett of Robertsville, Missouri, and a Franklin County resident for 30 years. The integration of artificial intelligence is moving beyond novelty into the bowels of societal infrastructure. While previous technological shifts, like the Industrial Revolution or the internet, transferred manual labor and information access, artificial intelligence targets the core of what it means to be a growing professional: critical thinking, original creativity, and the entry-level work experience. The rapid expansion of AI and the data parks that sustain it pose a threat to the next generation, limiting their cognitive development, professional mobility, and fundamental right to privacy. The World Economics Forum Future of Jobs Report 2025 says that by 2030, an estimated 39% of the skills currently required in the workforce will have changed, driven by AI's ability to handle technical execution, leaving young professionals deprived of the foundational experiences that build expert intuition. This leaves youth in a precarious position where their four-year college investment in a degree may be obsolete by the time they cross that graduation stage, leading many to gravitate towards trades, leaving the traditional college degree to suffer an identity crisis. I recently had to have a difficult conversation with my almost 14-year-old daughter who has her sights set on law school. We had a conversation about how certain jobs will become increasingly AI-driven, creating a displacement of roles, shifting the value of college, and how prevalent data surveillance is creating a crisis and eroding human agency in youth. The New York Bar Association states law is not an AI-proof profession, but rather a profession undergoing a profound transformation where AI serves as a powerful assistant rather than a total replacement. While AI is highly capable of automating routine, document-intensive tasks, it cannot replicate the human judgment, ethical accountability, or interpersonal skills necessary for complex legal work. Meanwhile, she will pursue a skill and also consider welding school. In the last few months, AI industry leaders, including executives from Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google DeepMind, have increasingly warned that rapid AI investment poses existential risks, potential for mass casualty attacks, and catastrophic societal disruption. Key concerns include AI-enabled chemical weapon development, covert cyber attacks, massive job displacement, and the loss of control over autonomous systems. These leaders argued that these risks are not merely futuristic and are appearing today, prompting calls and urgent global safety frameworks. I'll skip around. Complacency is defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by an awareness of actual dangers and deficiencies. According to OSHA, complacency breeds a false sense of security, causing people to lower their guard, ignore risks, and disregard potential dangers for a community. Stop being complacent. Stop saying you haven't heard, seen, or read what your community has been giving you. The concerns are valid. The questions from the community are valid. Read your emails. Start
Elizabeth,
asking the hard questions.
your time has
Demand the
expired.
studies and do your homework, or just say no. Hit pause on these. Ask for a moratorium.
Your
Learn
time
what
has
other people
expired.
are
Thank
doing.
you.
You guys have the choice to enable these big tech billionaires, not
Ne-
us.
Next
Don't let it happen.
is John Rose. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Hi, my name is John Rose. I'm here kind of as representing Camp Solidarity. Dear Commissioners, as a resident of Franklin County and a member of Camp Solidarity, Pacific, Missouri, we express strong opposition to the proposed data center. We are located a mile from the proposed Crooked Creek Data Center. Camp Solidarity was established in 1937. It's a beautiful area. We have 150 members, 30 homeowners. I've been a member there for 35 years. We swim, fish the Merrimack River just downstream, maybe a half a mile from the proposed Crooked Creek Data Center. We have a beautiful beach there. We hike 250 acres of land, which we part of camp. We eagle watch. We enjoy the peace and tranquility. Many children, like my own, have grown up and learned the beauty and nature of Camp Solidarity. Our community serves as a place of outdoor education, recreation, reflection, and community building. Our mission depends on maintaining a safe, healthy, peaceful environment for our children, our families, and our community. Camp Solidarity, like most of the residents of Pacific, Catawissa, Grace Summit, do not want the noise, the light, the water issues, water running dry. We have 3 wells on our property. We don't want the environmental health issues and electricity utility costs that could go up along with data centers. It's not worse the tax income they may or may not bring to our community and disrupting our rural lifestyle. I've personally lived in Florissant for 60 years, within a quarter mile from Cowater Creek, till recently moving to Camp Solidarity and retiring 3 years ago. I don't want to see our community go through the same health issues as Florissant, Hazelwood, Berkeley are going through now. Please support the residents of our area doing everything possible to stop these data centers in our rural backyard. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Appreciate your
Thank you.
comments. Next is Amy Thompson.
Good morning. I'm Amy Thompson from Pacific. And as many have said, just in case there's confusion about people not voicing the fact that they're against data centers, at this time I am against data centers in Franklin County. I come to you this morning as a teacher who's using PTO time to be here, and a little just general information for you all. In almost 30 years of education, I've seen a lot of classrooms. Successful classrooms are rooms where the kids are heard and respected, and it can be the same group of kids, different teacher. They're like insane maniacs in this room and angels in that one. Just food for thought. I can tell you the voters in Franklin County are not feeling heard or respected. And what gives me the ability to say that is I spent a lot of my free time talking to folks in the county. I've sat in meetings with pro-data center people and meetings with anti-data center people. And let me tell you, it's like two different proposals. They are not the same at all. The facts I hear do not mesh up. It's like that meme from years ago on Facebook or whatever, what color is this dress? Well, that might be a fun meme, but when we're talking about the lives of Franklin County, we better not be guessing which facts are right and which ones aren't. So the first thing I would do, not that you're asking me for advice, but I'm going to tell you, I would get the data center developers to pay for in-depth environmental studies, not just the bare minimum. Bring in hydrologists who will tell us the aquifer will handle or not handle it. It's knowable, but we have to have it found by the right nonpartisan people. Bring in people who know about how to read the plans and can tell us this is how much water it will use, because the two sides, not the same. So we need to first address the concerns with unbiased, reputable experts so that we can come together then and say, hey, these are what actually will happen. And after that, if you're really smart, you will put it on the ballot so people can vote. Because not only do we have the either, all the issues of possible health and wrecking people's reasons they moved to Franklin County, we're also looking at the fracturing of an already divided population. I've seen, over the last 50 years with the internet and everything, we are more divided than ever. And this right here is getting neighbors that have generations of connections fighting. So I implore you to think about what's best and ideally put it on the ballot. Get those experts paid for by the data centers and let the people vote so that we can move on with what's best for Franklin County.
Thank you, Amy, for your testimony.
Thank you.
Next is Jessica Nicodemo.
May I show a picture? Is that okay? Not everybody has to see it. It's a picture of my kids. So why am I showing you a picture of my kids? I have two kids, daughter that's 10 and a son that's 8, and my children are what are giving me my drive. When my daughter asks me if we have clean water for her school, and will we have to move and lose friends, that's what my drive is right now. I have contacted the Secretary of State, the State Auditor, the General Attorney, Ben Brown, Mike Kehoe, Merrimack Valley School District, Pacific Fire Department, Pacific City Alderman, Pacific Mayor, the Planning and Zoning Director, Franklin County Commissioners, and Franklin County Health Department, along with countless other emails. I did do the 31-day challenge, and that's me that's been messaging you nonstop. I kind of gave up, and I'm sorry, but I got wore down. The statement I want to go over today is Section 49650 statute. Commissioners can make it a vote. The county attorney, he has said that a data center does not fit the scope of what the statute says. what's described in that statute. If you read the statute correctly, this project will be an economic development and create jobs, so we deserve the vote. It's very plain in the statute. You can twist it as many ways as you want, Mark, but let me tell you, definitely deserves a vote. What is something you can't put to vote is a chip and seal at the Piggly Wiggly. Anything that brings jobs needs to be voted on. Proves to make a point that none of these commissioners can make this decision and should be a vote. I've also contacted the fire department and nobody has been talking to anybody. School district has no clue of plan of emergency evacuation. Pacific Fire Department hasn't contacted anybody as well. City administrator or mayor of Pacific. It's kind of discouraging when nobody's talking to each other, especially when in case of emergency. A couple days ago in Perth, a lithium-ion battery plant caught on fire. They couldn't get it out. Hours and hours of toxic fumes went into the neighborhood. What are we going to do when we have 3 elementary schools within a 2-mile radius of both of these proposed sites? What are we going to do? Nobody's talking, and it's scaring the crap out of me. I have 2 kids that go to this district, and we don't know what to do.
Thank you. Your time is expired.
Thank you. I
Jessica.
appreciate it. Please
Thank you.
look at my emails.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Rachel Maxwell.
Hello, Commissioners.
Hi.
Let's see. I had 3 things. First, the Fire Protection District, tour went really well last week. They have open communication. We just have to talk with them. I would invite you to tour their facility. They have some good information. Let me grab my notes. I wanted to update you on the firehouse, if I have time, the Clean Water Commission meeting last week, and also the mussels and hellbenders that will be affected in the water. I guess first and foremost, the Clean Water Commission last week also went really well. I would hope to see more commissioners at any of these meetings or reaching out. The fire department said that they reached out to commissioners and aldermen in Pacific. They would be responsible for the Beltline, Crooked Creek development. And yeah, I second the other speaker that there just needs to be communication that goes a long way. Let's see. Under the Clean Water Commission, they did say that temperature is a pollutant that the state can regulate. I think it's clear that we don't want this, but I hate to go here. If it does go through, there are options. Temperature is a pollutant that we can regulate. No permits have been submitted or applications to Franklin County. There were a lot of things that they can do. Erosion, land disturbance, discharge, anti-degradation, site-specific permits for the nitrate runoff, and that went into someone else's comment about the Amazon water settlement in East Oregon, $20.5 million for the water pollution. And so these are things that the state is looking into. Their next meeting is in July. I just hope that someone in an official capacity, alderman, mayor, planning and zoning commissioners, someone would attend these meetings or talk to someone. Their main points in that meeting, and I have like 5-6 pages of notes because it was so good. They said in the last 2 years, industrial land application and PFAS were their main focus, and now an emerging focus is the data centers. And I had the commissioners talking within themselves, and someone even cited the heavy metals, the source water, the chemicals that are going to go into the Merrimack. I cited the heritage review from the KSDK article, and that was amazing. The freshwater mussels, the hellbenders. I had emailed you information last night. Salamanders and hellbenders are dependent, fully aquatic animals that are extremely sensitive to all of these disturbances. I sent you information from the field guide from the MDC. The zoo, they're doing things, the conservation, they have 2.
Rachel, your time
Yes.
has expired.
All
Sorry.
right, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. That will end our public discussion or comments. We will now go to action items before the commission. First action item is Commission Order 2026-101, approving and accepting a petition for vacation of a street for the Martin Schaefer Trust. I'd entertain a motion.
Give me a second.
What's that?
Just 1 second.
Ted Malbrick is here on behalf of the applicants. If you have any questions, I know this came up at the workshop.
I think this is the one that we didn't have any questions on. There was a couple that we did, that we may want to address, but this one obviously was not one that I think we were okay with.
This is being all combined into one parcel? These three?
I mean, if you want to ask,
These three are being combined into one parcel, or? Because it looks like there's 3 lots.
5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the intent. That's the direction that they're going with regard to it. That won't landlock anybody, any of those lots? No.
there's one owner.
Yep.
How would that work, Mark, for future sales if that was left into 3 parcels and that was, and this access was given up or vacated?
They would sell off one of the parcels that was landlocked, they would have to provide an access to.
So they'd have to establish another access?
Yeah, they would have to start over. If you vacate this road and they want to do something besides combine them, they'd have to start over back in front of your P and Z.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. We've approved Commission Order 2026-101.
Thank you, Hunter.
Thank you.
Next is Commission Order 2026-102. It is the annexation ordinance by the City of Sullivan, annexing a piece of property of Woodlawn Acres.
Okay, this is the one that had like a little enclave. This.
It's a little bitty piece that was somehow, I don't know why it wasn't in the city, but it's surrounded by the city of Sullivan.
Make a motion, we approve Commission Order 2026 TAC 102.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. You approve Commission Order 2026-102. Next is Commission Order 2026-103, accepting and approving a permanent easement deed for a roadway and a utility. I think we discussed this one with you, didn't we, Jim? With you, with Nicole, yeah. Yeah.
Could we ask that be held down out in the hallway or shut the doors? One of the two. Roll. Thank you. Make a motion, we approve Commission Order 2026 TAC 103.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. We approve 2026-103. Next is Commission Order 2026-104. The funding certain equipment as surplus to the needs of Franklin County, further disposal of such. This was all of the
Yeah.
excess surplus equipment.
I'll make a motion, we approve that.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Next is Commission Order 2026-105, the consent agenda and all items listed thereon, which is the clerk's fees for March, the building department fees, and one auctioneer's license to Reguli Trading.
Make a motion, we approve Commission Order 2026, TAC 105.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We've approved 2026-105. Next is any elected officials have any reports? Looks like Mr. Baker may be coming forward.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just wanted to
Morning,
let you
Joe.
know that we wrapped up our election yesterday with the certification. You received a copy of it. Mark has that. And also just want to go on record, as always, we can't do this without our fine judges and our deputies and our tech and teams and our delivery teams. And we have about 290 people that help put on this election. So we're grateful for each and every one of them. So
Thank you for the good work that you do in making sure our elections are well run and well taken care of.
well, it takes a team. I'm just the guy that gets to steer the ship. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Jim.
Anyone else? No. Nicole?
As the commission is aware, we are working on a two-prong GIS replacement project for some of our software. I just wanted to let you know, and you're probably already aware of this, but we just finished that first prong, which was transitioning our GIS technicians over to Arc Pro and establishing new maps for the public and county offices to use. So those were rolled out on Friday of last week. So we're still working on the second prong, which is the replacement of the property record software that we have. But just wanted to deliver that good news. At least one part of it is done.
That's good.
So, thanks.
Does can the public get online now and look things up?
Yeah, it should be as up to date as can be. It's not actually a live map, but it's updated every single night. So any changes that were made the day before will be reflected the following day when you access the map.
Okay, good deal.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Nick.
Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole. Anyone else? Hesitancy from anybody in the back row. We're going to make it like the church. We're going to make everybody sit on the front pew. They were full of, oh, well, yeah. That's a good excuse anyway, so. Any discussion from the commission?
Not on.
Nope, if that other gal's here, maybe we could listen to her. That we didn't have time to listen to.
Oh, that we didn't have time to listen to. No, she was,
If
yeah.
she's still here,
yeah.
wouldn't bother me.
Well, I think she left.
Sure. You guys okay
Yeah.
with that?
I don't care if she wants to come back here. We have Amanda, we have what's our next meeting?
Workshop on Thursday.
No, is there 11 o'clock?
There was an 11 o'clock and then another.
11, what's the meeting at 11?
It is a closed session.
Oh, it's closed. Okay.
Both of them are.
Okay. Dana, if you briefly want to come in and make some comments, that'd be fine. We're actually 30 minutes behind the meeting, but we'll give you a couple minutes for your comments.
Absolutely, thank you. And thank you for recommending that.
You're welcome.
Here I have a copy of what I had to say. All of you.
Thank you.
There you go. And then I will give these 3 copies of the petitions that have been signed here locally and one nationally to you at the end. But I am also going to give each one of you a copy of the QR code for each one to make it very simple and easy for you to get to them. All we gotta do is scan the camera. You can see all the people. Oh. Here you go.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
6,176 as of last night. I haven't checked yet this morning. 3,429. These two are local petitions. Stop data center development at Crooked Creek and no data centers in Franklin County. I am very well aware that this is not a hearing on data centers. I get that. This is an open discussion / action commission meeting. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you, Paul. With that being said, there are two statements that have been made by our sitting commissioners and/or county attorney recently that I really feel needs to be addressed. One, other than those with adjoining land to the proposed data center sites, the majority of the residents in Franklin County will end up being in favor of or indifferent to these developments of the two proposed data center parks. Well, I am here to tell you again, and I'm not going to go away, that those of us opposed to both of these developments are the majority. And here is just a small portion of the fact in black and white, which is what I just gave you. There have been several petitions circulating just as of today. Accumulated amount of signatures is almost at 10,000 just in Franklin County residents in direct opposition of the rezoning of the current agricultural land to allow proposed AI data centers being constructed. In addition, a national petition started circulating exactly 1 week ago, 1 week, and is now sitting at over 10,000 signatures as of this morning. I felt that by handing you an actual piece of paper with a QR code on it for you to scan would make it very easy for you to open the link showing the massive opposition to both of these proposals. After today, and you can actually see the people's names too, by the way. After today, you can no longer claim that you're unaware of the black and white facts to your constituents. Do not want our lands rezoned. With that being said, my second point is in reference to a direct conversation that I had with Mark Puentek on March 31st of 2026. Our conversation went as such, and I quote, "I am requesting documented proof of the laws stating that our commissioners are not allowed to put the rezoning of these parcels of land to a vote of the people." Mr. Puentek stated, "You're not going to find anything that says they can't, but you're not going to find anything that says they can either. The county commission has limited powers granted by the state either from the Constitution or the legislature." I responded with, "I was aware that due to the fact that we are a charter county, we the people can't legally force our commissioners to put the rezoning requests to a vote, but the commissioners can choose to do so." Mark stated, "No, they can't." Now, Mark, I don't know if you're intentionally being deceptive and manipulative of the law because you have a conflict of interest behind the scenes with the proposed data center developers and/or land sellers, or if you're just blatantly being negligent of your paid job duties as our county attorney, but I took your AI-generated papers that you handed me that day, and I went and did my own research, and I found Missouri State Statute, Section 49.650, governing authority of each county without a charter form of government shall have the power to adopt ordinances or resolutions relating to its property affairs and local government for which no provision has been made in this Constitution of the state or state statute regarding the following: the promotion of economic development for job creation purposes. Number 2, the governing body may submit qualified voters to the county any ordinance, any resolution or regulation proposed. It can go to a vote. I am not an attorney. I do not have any official political background. I'm just another resident of this county. But I find it very interesting that I was able to take your Westlake or Westlaw AI deep research paper where you put in a question, and I did actual human contact communication with people doing research, and I found documented proof that makes it clearly evident that our commissioners, you guys can put this to a vote and let us vote on this issue. One last thing. Due to the mental, emotional, physical, and financial strain that you've placed on myself, my family, and throughout the county, I want to give you my address to put on the record. 323 East Bellevue Street, Pacific, Missouri 63069. Feel free to forward me a check for the portion of our county attorney's salary for doing part of his job for him. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Outbursts aren't required. You're going to be removed if you continue to outburst. We're trying to be civil with each other. It's a common respect both ways. So that allows others to be heard, and we want to hear all the people speak and everything.
Any further discussion by the commission? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion, we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carries. This commission is adjourned.
Here's Mr. Hillhouse.
Nice to meet you. I read the article and I was questioning